I'm still going to be able to find that finisher. So that point still being taken out there. ATR did not manage to actually convert that. Meanwhile, Talha, he's back for more, managing to reply onto the aggression being displayed by Vampire Esports. So all hope is not lost just yet. But Nate T, he's trying to actually form a little bit more of a beeline with those smokes. And oh, he catches out Mappa. ATR. Oh, he just made it across towards the recall point. But he is being dropped right now. Nate T, he needs to hang on until the rest of the members arrive.
I don't think these Avies actually anticipate ATR will be suddenly surprise them at the back here. But on the side of Neox Factory, only one victor coming out from this fight right now, and things not looking great as DX already having heavy casualty on their side. They're only left with 2 here. But Void Donkey against YG. Oh no, YG!
Oh my, this is going to be a pretty rough one. Void Donkey as well, they want this one for themselves. And they're having the high ground. The nades will not be quite in, and this is no good news whatsoever by 3/4 of Washington. And he's definitely not giving any form of roofs. And remember this, there's also guards that they will have to deal with, so damage will come from all directions. There's a very good reason why Void Donkey, they're not willing to simply just run out in the open, because there's a risk that the guards can also take him down.
Yep, this is the battle that we were hoping for the entire day. Lo Hua Sing, where there's going to be a lot of guards watching over the premier market or store. At the same time, if they can finish off that team and can even finish off the guards, that's going to be a big win for the teams who are actually taking over the Lo Hua Sing area. But unfortunately, the blue zone will start to clip a couple of the players, so it will force them to move here. Horror, on the other hand, spot out some of the players of 7 Elements. I just wish, right now, I want 7 Elements to actually survive a bit, you know? Because just how difficult things were for them. And
it's not only you. I think Yangon Galacticos want that to happen as well. If either one of these parties win, remember this. The game goes on, meaning to say Yangon Galacticos will be the champions. RNG now find themselves in the scuffle up against the side of R3G. Those big nades falling real wide, but here comes Nathan. They just went in for that revival point of the recall, but it's gonna be Jappy closing it out. He's got that JS9 chasing onto the members, and this is not gonna look all too good because the rest of R3G, they're starting to deplete, and this is going to be a rough ride. Nathan also falling flat. He's barely having any health bars left. But here comes Roshan, the guy with the big damage to be done. He goes for the jump, but not quite enough. Jappy was ready with the JS9.
Well, Regicide, who actually performed so phenomenal in the previous map where they got themselves 17 eliminations before. Now calling up for the recall tower, hoping they will try to have all full set of their members back up online and alive, and they managed to do so. RNG were trying to do the same thing, but they managed to do it as well. I think they just in the nick of time, but unfortunately for YG, they're down to only 2 players. I think everybody tried to go and find themselves these recall towers as much as they can, and once they lost more than 1 member in this case. But for Void Donkey, that's going to be 3 eliminations already in the bag, but watch out for these Xaviers. There are 5 on the block right now when it comes to the eliminations, so they are hunting people down.
Yeah, I guess like it's go big or go home. They definitely want to spot out YG. If YG's already out, then there's a chance for DX as well as DK. And of course the rest that are having their names pretty much highlighted for the moment. The battle continues. Horror Esports still nails down 7th Element. It's going to be the SA region to be going up against each other by the corners of the outskirts, just by Tin Long Garden. So it has been a really rough ride out there, but for the rest of Void Donkey, they're still hovering over onto this area of Huaxing. And now, finally, getting the revive done, calling Vexy back for a little bit more cover. While we will see A1 Esports to continue on this trade up against RNG.
There's very few structures, very few buildings, but it's either you get the big warehouse or the small storage. RNG, we saw how they actually secured that chicken away. But A1, one of the teams that a lot of you guys hoping they will win the chicken and win the trophy. Can they execute it? As being bombarded from behind, but RNG player, and Sinister got it well and well done. Sinister, on the other hand, try to finish off the remaining players of RNG. But as per usual, if you can't find all 4 of them, there's a high chance that RNG will be bringing up back all the rest of the members. But for A1, on the other hand, they didn't lose any of their members, but the Blues will start to slowly kill them down. But RNG, straight away, like I mentioned before, they'll be having some players guarding over that recall tower, and they are doing it right now. This is going to be different kind of strategy of PUBG Mobile we're going to see with the recall towers being used quite a lot of times in this Rondo map.
Absolutely, and overall, it's a pretty huge news as well. RNG, they got those 4 pointers. They get that full reset on the safer region. M9, however, getting themselves pinned, but they are the ones to turn the times around up against the rest of the members of ATR. Getting those clip, but Mika's going down, flat on the ground. This could be the first time that Mika's going to be taken out, so still not too concerning just yet for the rest of these members, but ATR, they did went in for the revives early on, so this is definitely going to be a big concern. This is where we see the circle going further and further into the direct center of the map, in between Yulin, Neox Factory, Test Track, and over the south corner, just on top of Danching, it is where M9 is going to be hoping to hold over onto these corners of the map, and they got first priority. What do they make out of this? ATR, they are going for a full recall once again, so they are back on track. So that proves to be round that they have yet to use that recall, and now they've used it.
Another open space circle here. You can expect there's going to be a lot of bloodbath later on. Well, a lot of teams now try to slowly just get into the safe zone, but not being too reckless to be in the center, because it's just too much at stake here for the teams that's eligible. And none of the teams being eliminated yet, except for YG, who only have 1 member left. I think he's trying to recall all the players, but RNG Vampires, the moment they are migrating themselves over the open field here, RNG already waiting them out. But RNG, I think they already used the recall tower once, so I don't know if they want to jeopardize regarding the position here right now, but they are forced to take this fight anyway.
Yeah, I think the game plan for Vampire Esports is that they know that people are going for the recall, but they didn't know prior to this that RNG is here, and they're slowly getting shorted out. Rage, he just unleashes that S12K. It doesn't seem like he has been able to hit the mark just yet. 2 versus 2. And take a look at who's here. R3G have arrived to the scene.
Down to only Onzens left. Onzens, he has to deal this all by himself, but unfortunately BTR arriving as well, reposition himself to corner down whoever's trying to fight inside of this compound. Regicide, they're willing to take the chances. Onzens still hugging around the corners, while RNG barely can recover themselves just yet, and Jappy managed to reset, but it's down to only 2 players. Regicide have 3. It's 3v2 v1, but BTR still have a 4. The moment they start to open fire for these teams, I think BTR will close in the distance and straight away just cleaning up the rest of the mess.
Yeah, On says he's just hoping to survive, and with the rest of RNG still making a lot of noise, Roshan's definitely eager to actually see any form of movement. Onson's now explodes him out, but it's gonna be way too late. And just like that, the rest of Vampire Esports gets shut off completely. No passport whatsoever. Thank you so much for participating. But R3G, this is where they put that chokehold and the lease over onto the heads of RG, who's won that past chicken dinner, but can they hang on? Because there's just no
executed early on, and all that team's left. Never mind, Jappy, what a big nade! It was 2, 1 for the discount of 2, and he was obliterating the entire group of Regicide that's down on the drain right now for the trophy for them, and leaves us with only 10 teams left that can secure the trophy away.
And he has to play this all out alone. There's no other way because RNG has already used the recall, but BTR, they crash the gates, hoping to actually find something up against A1, and yes, they do. It is their Captain Satar that saves the day, and BTR members, they're still well and alive.
BTR, can they score this chicken now? For RNG, they have 10 eliminations, 1 player alive. But for YG, it seems like things are not doing great as well. Everything falling into shambles there, and they have to hope the teams that did not score for the eligible points yet to win this chicken for them to take the trophy away. Now that's going to be a very difficult op for YG. So it's best for them to take their fate into their hands. But unfortunately, Sam9 arrive. YG, they have to bite their nails and wait it out while hoping none of the eligible teams would take that trophy away from their hands. They're so close right now.
And now the possibilities are endless. YG leaves their fate in the hands of the hopeful. But remember this, Sam9 still active. They were the ones in charge taking them down. Boing Donkey is going to be able to also get something in return. They got 6 points already. RNG, slim chance. But remember this, when there's a chance, there's somebody about to seize it. But say less, gentlemen, as RNG, they are now out of the match as well. So we're only down to just a few names. 7 Element, DRS, ATR, and Horror Esports. If they win, then YG wins.
4 teams not eligible, while 6 teams still can take the trophy away. ASI8, they try to play themselves slightly more in the blue zone to avoid early conflicts and wait things out where there's lesser team to deal with. But at the same time, UZM, he's driving way into the deep blue zone. I'm not sure what the real plan is, but on the side of BTR, they just managed to secure themselves inside of a safe zone while we're looking at the circle will shrink any time now. DRS coming out from the south. Last player of 7 Elements still alive. While DK, D plus Kia, and D Xaviers. D Xaviers might actually just avoid the conflict entirely by going straight into Horror. While D plus Kia caught himself in a trap when they're migrating into the blue zone and leaving only Osal with another member in the car right now. BTR is gatekeeping whoever coming in late, but back towards Horror versus DX. There's going to be also another team that's eligible right now fighting against each other.
They're just battling for the hillside. AT, the only one left standing in the way, dropping into the gray over on the sky. He's almost getting it done, but it is going to be down to AT. And he's trying to trade right back. There's Jiggle, Sleepy, and Sky to close it out for D Savior, as this will be their spree to be pretty much shut down completely. DK's out as well. Only 3 more teams left.
Way.
It has the passport. It could still be Yagon Galacticos, but right in the circle, smack in the middle, it's Sam9, BTR. They're also holding a high ground. Horror Esports, can they just shut out the hopes and dreams for the 3 remaining teams who are eligible at the moment?
4 teams is not eligible will take the hopes away of BTR, Voindonkey, and Sam9. While it's going to be a huge Cinderella story if Sam9 and Voindonkey, especially if they win this one, including BTR as well. And it will be a dream crusher for YG if the eligible team score this chicken dinner. Whilst they are biting their nails and hoping the non-eligible teams like 7 Elements, DRS, ATR, as well as Zora to survive till the very end, things seems to be very difficult with this type of circle. It's open for everybody to shoot everything that moves.
Speaking of which, now we're also getting both ATR to take on Horror Esports. So if they were to actually trigger out, there's a higher margin of a chance where some of these guys who have gotten eligibility to be able to make it past. But now the numbers might deplete because BTR is about to take their brothers on. Voidaki, they get the knock onto BTR, and that's going to be Razy on his knees already. Zeta is also falling flat. Meanwhile, Nate's being tossed over side of Satar. BTR, they gotta hang on. There's no more revive points at this moment, and this is where that dip might just be the bane of it.
Ooh, that nade hit on Vexy. Another one follow up behind. They made so many crates in between, make it so difficult for BTR to shut them down, but the blue zone will not help them. The blue zone will kill both of these teams, but it runs down to very, very slither of health remaining. Hide on Bush will not be hiding anymore. What's that now taking a circle? ATR, DRS, the teams are not eligible, and Horror is still in there as well. And these are the teams that's eligible. We're down to only 1 eligible team left, if both of them being obliterated. And BTR won over the fight against Voindonkey, but the blue zone will be the biggest enemy. Oh, how things have turned between Sam9, BTR, DRS, and ATR here left. Horror still having a full squad. Oh, this is gonna be really tough for YG, BTR, and Sam9 here.
It's Helter Skelter ATR, they been bombarded by the rest of DRS, and now here comes Horror coming in from the north as well. Sem9, they've been keeping quiet, they have the zone, it might just be their game here to take. Also not forgetting BTR, now we're down to the top 4. Only 2 of them have those passports, Choo-Choo. It could still be the chance for Yangon Galacticos. Oh, it's a 50-50 right now. BTR, Sem9, will they be the champions of this Rondo Cup?
Oh, Biden and Nils, we're waiting for the team that's still eligible to be wiped out by Hora and DRS. Can they crush the dreams of BTR and Sem9 here? They're so close of getting that chicken. Sem9 taking on Snake, BTR, and the eligible teams cancelling each other out will not actually help as well. Oh my, I think YG is definitely cheering for them right now.
Absolutely, and the dates are falling right. Chewy connects out to Sleepy. Now 2 members are out for the side of Horror Esports. They are being bought over onto the corner, and I don't think there's enough time to fully go for the revive, but No Fear's going to try. There's plenty of smokes for them to actually utilize. Meanwhile, like you said, BTR versus Sem9 is ongoing over the north, and they only barely have enough cover. Here comes Ferraz on his knees. Oh, here is going to be a big problem as the rest of these members of Sem9 tracing them down as they collapse upon KK. That's Misatar. BTR is no longer in the match, so only Sem9 has the chance, but it's all down to this fight over on the south side.
Oh my, they will cancel each other out as well for the 2 teams that will crush Sem9's dream to get that trophy for themselves here. When it comes to utilities, Hora do have the most, but what a nade! Hora, no fear, that was a big one, and by Jiggle as well. That was incredible finishing touch. But Hora, they're down to 2 players. It's going to be 2v3. Sem9, can they actually do it? Numbers wise, it's on the side, but with the revival of Hora player, it's still going to be a 50-50 by the end of today.
Hora does not really have the zone. They got to brute force their way. Only 25 more seconds for them to actually get right in the zone, and they're already being spotted out. Oh, it's down to Jiggle. He's not being spotted yet, so maybe he can turn the tides around. And here comes those grenades towards the side of Fear. Sem9, they might just be the grand victors of this Rondo Cup, but it's all down to execution. Can they overwhelm Hora? Or if Hora wins right now, it will be celebrations for the Nepalese, but the grand winners might just be Yangon Galacticos. YG waiting for this chance, but it is Sem9 holding on, holding firm, down to Fear. Nate's now dropped in, and this is where they find the chance. They take down Yuhai.
Oh no! Oh, down to Traxy. He's off angle, but he got shot down as well! And it's gonna be Hora winning over! And they've got the chicken dinner when things are really tough between a 50-50 of YG winning the championship or not. But right now, congratulations to YG and congratulations to Hora. YG have to buy Hora some big dinner here today because they make sure YG will get this PMRC Rondo's Cup championship on the side.
What an epic finale that we've just witnessed here all together in the PUBG Mobile Regional Clash, South Asia versus Southeast Asia, and the global champions. Kudos to Hora Esports. They were overwhelming Sem9 despite having no zone to work with. 20 elimination points, the biggest one. The Purple Hearts have won our hearts. And of course, like you said, they deserve some big bonuses coming in from the guys from YG.
Oh my, but that's still what a game by Hora just now. The way they played their hearts out, but if only they are the one that actually just holding the trophy by end of today. But still, nonetheless, I'm so happy just now. No Fear Jiggle played so well with Sky, going on the flank side so much. Sleepy trying to give as much cover fire as possible. But on damage side, look at No Fear, 1,504. I think a lot of his nade actually pinned down 2 players with that one nade just now. It was so difficult to know the space, but they managed to claw their way out by the end of the day.
Yeah, overall, I absolutely do understand on how that altercation happened because Hora Esports, they have all that south side to themselves, while the rest of Sem9 kind of just bunch inside the zone, hoping that, oh, we just wait for the zone to close. But Hora Esports, they waste no time. No Fear. Look at that absurd damage. This is the highest we've seen throughout the course of the day by any individual. 1,500 damage output with 6 elimination points means that either all these eliminations got stolen away because he's done so much more.
My oh my, what a finale just now. I have to break it down to the point, like, you know, it was at first there's so many eligible teams. And there's only 5 teams that's not eligible to win that chicken dinner to get that trophy. But all the 11 teams that's so eligible at some point, all of them being wiped out and cancelled out one by one until it was still 50-50 till our last 2 teams. That was crazy and a phenomenal run as well.
It is just a wild ride overall, and we can't ask for a better finish out there. YG absolutely deserving, but the fights overall in this final matchup, because of how teams were desperate to take that chance, take that opportunity, they were just doing their usual ordeal where whoever moves, we just try to take him out of the match, right? So BTR, I think their golden opportunity was to really seize control of the area where Sam9 was holding out, because you saw they were playing over the high grounds. But by the time that they tried to wrap around, Sam9 was prepared, having all their weapons pointed at the side of BTR to shut them out completely. And then this battle between Hora and DRS was never ending. It really came down to the wire, and Hora, they pulled off an absolute heist.
I mean, for Hora's side, I don't know how they keep up their resources till the very end of it, because Sam9 was running dry with them. But for Jiggle, he really jiggled it out for the team. I mean, incredible run. They were just managed to get the eligible points, but there's no more maps to go for Hora. If not, they're probably going to secure the trophy as well. But still, what a great ending with 20 eliminations for our finale just now. On the side of RNG, they go all gun blazing. The only team without any placement, but with double digit up there. That's something else as well.
Yeah, can you imagine if Hora has gotten this chicken dinner way early on? This is just immediately delivering them that eligibility within that one round. But of course, they had their fair share of struggle, and better than late than never, because they now get to move up positions in the ranking, bagging even more of that cash prize home. So congratulations for some of these teams coming from South Asia. They activate rather late, but it's been a fancy